In the year 610, Muhammad received the first revelation at 40 years of age. Islam has traditionally looked upon the period before Muhammad as a time of ignorance. The Muslim refugee to Abyssinia, Jafar ibn Abi Talib, is said to have told the Christian ruler, the Negus, quote, "O king, we were an uncivilized people worshiping idols, committing abominations, breaking natural ties, treating guests badly, and our strong devoured our weak. Thus we were until God sent us an apostle. He commanded us to speak the truth, to be faithful to our engagements, to refrain from crimes of bloodshed. He forbade us to commit abominations and to speak lies, and to devour the property of orphans or to vilify chaste women," end of quote. Historically, Muhammad's ministry marks one of the greatest transformations of a society in history. The coming of Islam marks a major change in the social, religious, and economic fabric of society in Arabia. This change was not simply religious, but a complete retransformation of society and the creation of a very new society. Muhammad completely changed the tribal system that had dominated life in Arabia since the prehistoric era. Muhammad's early followers faced much persecution for their belief in one God. They were threatened with their very survival. Something had to be done, otherwise the early Islamic community would cease to exist. From July to September 622 AD, Muhammad moved his followers from Mecca to the city of Medina. This migration, known as the Hijra, marked a turning point in the history of the Islamic community. Muhammad had long warned people to repent and to obey the one God because the final judgment was near. Each person he taught was accountable for his or her own actions. The one God, Allah, demanded righteousness of everyone. Even more profound, Muhammad taught something new and unheard of. He said that all followers of the one true God belong to a single universal community, the Ummah, that transcended all tribal bounds. Muhammad emphasized the unity of the human race. He taught that all believers belong to this universal community of God. In Surah 2, verse 143, the Qur'an says, "Thus we made you an Ummah justly balanced, that you might be witness over the nations." Muhammad taught that the Muslim community has a mission to create a moral social order. Surah 3, verse 110, "You are the best community evolved for mankind in joining what is right and forbidding what is wrong." The socioeconomic reforms mandated upon the universal community of believers is among the most striking aspects of the Islamic faith. Muhammad denounced the exploitation of the poor, the weak, widows, women, orphans, slaves. He demanded justice of all believers. All members of the community were to take care of one another, irregardless of their race or previous clan ties. Muhammad demanded social justice and the pursuit of righteousness. The religion of Islam marks its calendar with the Hijra, the creation of the first Islamic community of Muhammad's followers to Medina. This is a very profound statement for Muslims. It is not Muhammad's birthday, nor the date of his revelation, but the creation of the Islamic community that marks the beginning of the Islamic calendar. The consequences of this event cannot be overstated. By following Muhammad to Medina, the first Muslims effectively renounced the entire social structure and institutions based in the clan that had existed since prehistory. They were now united only by their common belief in one God and their commitment to create a perfect society on earth based on social justice. This, I believe, was the greatest and perhaps the first true jihad in the history of Islam.